The Silly Monkey Man podcast.
The jungle so wild the trees reach sky. There's a group of friends swinging high and wide with a silly monkey man with a laugh so stupid. Everywhere they go, it's gonna explode.
This is episode 1 of the Silly Monkey Man podcast.
My name is Rich Lewis.
Hey, my name's Andrew Sawyer.
And I'm Camden Schreiner.
My name is Bridger McGinnis, and we are featuring Brendan Powell and Jackson Scott.
What's up? Hey. We interrupt this for an ad. Man, I'm super parched. Anyone else thirsty? Good thing I got this case of Dr. Pepper right here. Anyone else want to sip? It's got 23 original flavors, and they've now got a coconut flavor.
Thank you, Rich. I would very much love it, Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper sucks.
You suck.
You ruined that.
You ruined it.
All right.
No, he sponsored ever again. All right. Jackson, you want to continue with the Max Brooks autobiography?
Yeah. So, Max Brooks, he wrote this book we're going to be discussing about, Devolution. He was born on May 22nd, 1972 in New York City, specifically in Manhattan. One of his most popular books, as you might all know, is World War Z, a famous zombie book. And also there's this TV show called The Great Wall. Was it a TV show?
I thought it was a book.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a book.
Yeah.
Although there is a
I
movie
don't
on
know.
it. There is a movie on it. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure.
Yeah, I
Is
think
it
it's
as
like-
is it
it's
as
not
bad as
World War
the
Z?
World War Z movie?
Yeah, well, no, we're talking about the Great Wall, though. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure that. Yeah, no, there is a movie on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is also.
Okay, continue.
Okay, so he was married to Michelle Colos Brooks since
Michelle?
2003. Michelle Obama.
Not Michelle Obama.
Come on, you're getting off track.
He has one kid. He has dyslexia.
Surprising to write books.
Yeah, surprisingly.
That's crazy.
Oh my
God. All right.
He's actually the son of Mel Brooks. I kind of watched his movies a little bit. I know History of the World, I think it's called, right?
Don't know.
I
I'm not a
Yeah,
Max
I don't
Brooks
know,
movie
man.
person.
I don't know. It's just that my dad also grew up with him, so.
You're not new?
No.
Moving on to the next segment, I say we say what we first thought of the book when we first read it. I think it's a pretty good book. I think there were a couple plot holes or inconsistencies that I didn't like, but I think overall it was a good book.
It had a lot of. It was very slow in its pacing, and it only got exciting the last 100 pages ish.
Yeah.
And it just had a lot of I don't know, a lot of things I didn't quite agree with, or how people would have acted in the said situation.
Plus, like he said in the beginning, it was just really boring and slow. Seemed like nothing was happening, and even after the eruption, it was like still wasn't much happening, other than them starting to ration their food and getting prepared for the winter. Does anyone else want to go on?
Yeah, I think that I'm with everything you guys are saying. The book was pretty slow. Like the first 4 chapters were extremely boring about them just talking about themselves. And most characters, I think, are kind of just think of themselves a lot better than they actually are. And
Kind of reminded me of a high school drama in the
Yeah.
first 4
Yeah.
chapters.
Absolutely.
yeah, and then in the end, especially the last chapters,
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
one of the best
When-
parts.
That
When
was
he-
like, good.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
that
mean,
was-
even if some of the scenes were like,
Yeah.
they
I think after they realized that all the animals, insects, and plants were gone, that's when it started to get good.
Also, why would the big feet hunt the insects? Like,
I think
it's just
I
like
think-
all sorts
I think
of
it just
food.
is
It's starvation, you know. You just gotta do what you gotta do.
Starving,
You know?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
there's giant humans that are like on average like
Yeah,
5'10",
but
just
they
walking
might have not
around.
been bold enough to actually start fighting them. You know. You know what
I mean, they were at the top of the food chain at that area, so it wouldn't make sense if they were to.
All right,
Yeah.
our 2 guests, what do you guys think of the book first read through?
Like everyone else said, it did take him a hot minute to introduce us to the big feet, you know, the true action where they have to protect themselves from all the big giant monkeys.
Oh yeah, monkeys, huh?
That's what's in there, Jackson.
Yeah, it's good. We're good.
All right. Well, what I thought of the book was It was a decent book. There was a couple parts that I misunderstood, and I didn't really understand why they wrote it the way they did. But overall, the ending was fairly decent, so I'd recommend it.
Yeah, I'd say it was pretty good, other than how slow it was. I really liked some sections, but then what I didn't really like was how they weren't really prepared to live in the wilderness. They had nothing.
And then on top of that, I know they're from the city and they probably don't know as much as we will, but at the same time, it's maybe you should have brought a pocket knife. Even just a single pocket knife would have helped.
Maybe a
maybe
screwdriver.
some scissors.
Maybe a hammer.
Yeah,
Maybe
hammers. They
bring that
didn't
up.
have those
Maybe a
common
scissors.
household tools.
All right. We're going on
But if
that
you're
later.
going to a house, you probably have tools at your own
Exactly.
house. Why wouldn't you bring them?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're moving to a house.
It literally says in the book that they did.
Yeah, I got as far as was it we'll talk about Kate and Dan later actually. Moving on, I want to talk about everything else in the book, like characters and plot and theme and whatnot.
Okay.
So what does everyone think of our main character, Kate Holland?
I think that she's a bit prissy up until the end when she really just went off the
deserved-
board.
she went
She's
feral.
being
overboard.
prissy, and it's just at the start of the book, especially the mountain lion, just kill the stupid mountain lion. Just no, she's
That's the wrong person.
No,
That's the event.
that's the event. I
Yeah,
hate
that's
the
the
event.
event.
Or the rabbit scene. Where
Yeah, the
so-
rabbit.
Oh, yeah,
the
most are
rabbit in,
brought a
she's
rabbit in a
flipping
bag.
Out. Yeah, she's flipping out.
But surprisingly, she knew how to make those kind of weapons out of bamboo sticks.
That's because most are taught.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah, but it
Yeah.
takes a
Still.
lot longer than a single page to learn how to make it.
Plus,
javelin.
I'd like to say for the record, how would those javelins even
Well, I'm
work?
not- I'm
Because
saying
it's
spears, not
glass.
javelins.
I don't know how well they'd even
I mean,
work.
even then, javelins, especially crude ones that I'm assuming they made, barely ever work. A lot of times they'll just shatter on impact.
What do you guys?
What? You just don't make sense,
They
man.
did make the javelin.
Yeah, they did, but I think the glass would have broke. Honestly,
It's a book, a fictional book.
still.
Yeah,
on.
but if we're analyzing,
Yeah, we're
we're-
analyzing it, Rich. Just shut up.
So we can all agree that Kate was kind of a not likable character, just like Dan at the very beginning,
she was okay.
but got better
Yeah.
more later in the book
All right,
I
shall we
mean,
move
I
on to
when the
Dan?
big feet kind of got more introduced.
Shall we move to Dan?
Yeah,
Sure.
I gotta
Yeah,
say,
sure.
I will say he really got good at the end.
yeah.
But
he
in the
went on a
beginning-
redemption arc.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was just
Yeah.
You went on
his
redemption.
character
Kinda-
really developed as the book went on, but in the beginning he was just always on his tablet working.
I know. He was
Exposing
Like-
himself on the
Bro,
cows.
Kind
bro
of,
was brain rotting himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It even said in the book that their relationship wasn't even that good.
Oh yeah, it did.
Yeah, but it improved because the Dan decided he didn't want to become a lazy bum.
Yeah,
Basically.
exactly.
About the time you worked on or wanted to help with the solar panels, cleaning them off is probably when you started to
Getting good,
change.
yeah.
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 Because in that first half, it just seemed like he just kind of moved to a new town, Green Loop, and it seemed like he did not want to explore it at all. He just seemed lazy on the couch.
Yeah,
I didn't like him for that part.
Yeah.
Later in the book, when he started, being kind of useful, I definitely liked him more.
And also,
Yeah.
going back to the part with Kate in that section, I didn't like how she didn't want to stop Dan, or I didn't like how she wanted to stop Dan from cleaning the solar panels. I get it that he might have had a health injury, but he's finally changing himself. Let the man have his character
Let the
development.
man cook.
He wanted to get that masculinity out. All right. Anything else on Dan?
Actually, I do want to mention this. I don't blame Kate for that first book when she was looking at Reinhardt and he's like, "Man, look at those back muscles." I was like, I don't blame her because Dan was kind of lazy in that first half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Shall we move on?
No.
Fine, we'll stay on this one forever.
All right, Mostar.
I really liked her. She was probably my favorite character because she knew what she was doing.
Yeah.
He was pretty
Yeah.
experienced. Her war references were a little weird and cringy.
Yeah, she
was-
I
And
gotta say that.
her language when it just kind of came out the blue and she was
Yeah.
just yelling or speaking
Yeah,
her
especially-
Dialect.
I didn't-
dialect or whatever. I thought she was trying to speak the Bigfoot's language.
Yeah, that's what
I was so
I
good. I
Yeah.
just saw a bunch of typing. It looks like the writer had a seizure on the keyboard.
Yeah.
Are
What?
you talking when the worms were bunched together, or what do you mean?
when they were bunched together and they were trying to retreat, and then
Yeah.
she goes
Say
up
what
to him and was
actually
like
said.
yelling in her language, trying to scare him off.
Yeah.
I thought she was trying to speak to the Bigfoot.
So that's gonna be good. So I know she was a war vet, but when she picked up Vincent's head, I think that deserved a little bit more of a reaction.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
kind of
that's
glossed
fair.
over the entire fact that
Yeah.
her head got thrown out.
Yeah.
And when they put the head in the freezer to bury him later, I don't know. That's a little weird.
At least it'll be a short, dig up the hole. Because
Yeah.
it's about head size instead of
I'm
body
a dog.
size.
I was
That's
I was
crazy.
really disappointed when she died at nearing the end of the book.
They it was such a quick death, dude. They spent
It was
zero
quite
time.
Yeah.
And she lunged, and now she's died. And we're moving on to the next part.
Hey.
Jeez.
Yeah, I mean, I see why, but man, it kind of sucks that most start dying really fast.
Yeah,
but
I
she
feel
did
like-
take one out with her.
So I feel like she should have died and more heroically, Well, I guess she did.
Yeah, no, she killed a sheep squatch with a spear.
Sheep squatch.
The sheep
Sheep
squatch?
squatch?
That's
You
what
mean a
he said.
Sasquatch?
I know, Sasquatch. Sheep
Yeah, because
squatch. Ooh, Sasquatch.
she
Whoops.
might have
Same
been.
thing.
Sheep right in here.
She
Alright,
may
yeah,
have been a
Sasquatch,
little
same
bit
thing.
odd.
Sorry, been
But-
playing too much
Yeah,
Fallout.
she was
If it wasn't for her, they probably would have been in the same situation.
It,
A lot of
it
us.
reminds
Yeah, they would have all
Plus,
died.
Yeah.
it reminds me when she was trying to protect Palomino from getting attacked by that puma, and then Yvette just got really mad at her for absolutely no reason. Honestly,
Is it bad that every time you say Palomino, I know you're talking about the kid, but I instantly think of the horse.
Yeah.
I was trying to protect the horse.
Yeah.
at
Where'd
that
the horse come from?
at that point when she yelled at Yvette, that's basically when she became the leader of the entire thing.
Yeah.
I didn't like how the entire group of the eco community glossed over her when she said, "Don't go because of mudslides and stuff," and they just said Tony did that. Tony's the reason we're all alive.
Yeah.
But it kind of turns out Tony's kind of a big old coward.
Yeah.
Well, Tony and you.
And also a
Yeah, Tony
Slav,
and
how they
apparently.
literally just camped out in their house.
Yeah.
And also a Slav, apparently.
Who?
Tony.
Oh, okay.
Well, yeah, right after the mountain lion, Yvette and Tony just chilled in their house for the rest of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and him
Tony's the
trapped
guy
in
that
underwear.
jumped in his Tesla and
Yeah.
tried to drive
Yeah,
away.
yeah. That's great.
My
Alright.
favorite is right when they're all about to leave to the common house. The Bigfoot grabs you back, just
Dun, dun, dun.
Gets their neck snapped and then thrown against the windshield.
It's like that one game Pong. Ding, ding.
It's like when the Hulk grabs Iron Man and boom, boom, boom.
Or Hulk
I thought that was
grabs Loki.
Loki. It was
Yeah, it was Loki.
Boom, boom.
I'm
Yeah.
surprised you didn't see that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be
I like
honest.
it a lot. Everyone's views on Reinhardt, other than his head getting kind of stolen in the
That
middle of the
was-
night. Just kind of just
I
nabbed
think
out
he
of
was.
there.
I think he was an arrogant a-hole who was really lazy.
I'll be fair. I didn't think he was lazy. I'll be biased. When Kate was talking about her back muscles or his back muscles, I was like, "That's my type of guy." But he was kind of
I'm not gonna lie.
a-hole.
His death was crazy.
That was pretty good.
That was probably the best one there was.
Yeah.
I mean, Jit literally got stopped to death.
No,
That was
Tony.
Tony.
That was Tony. Reinhardt was the one who.
Tried to drive away in the Tesla, right?
No, that was Tony.
That was Tony.
Yeah.
Reinhardt's the one who got his head
confused, man.
decapitated in the middle of the night.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, where he was sleeping in his bed,
Yeah, and
and
then
then all of a sudden they
Yeah.
walk in, they're like, "Please don't be dead." Up,
Oh,
sure enough,
he
there he
doesn't
is.
have a head anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dang.
yeah. Imagine what he must have felt just sleeping,
I mean,
and all of a sudden wake up and there's a freaking monkey on you.
I don't.
I think there's some
Grabbing your
speculation though, because what if the Bigfoot, for stealthy, right?
Yeah.
It's like kind of just nabbed it without any pain.
Yeah.
Just nabbed it.
I mean, I guess you can never really know.
Yeah, you'll never.
It
know.
is fictional after all.
Yeah.
Miss Miller,
Yeah.
what do you think happened?
Yeah.
Okay.
Where she's not allowed
Fair
to.
enough.
Who's Miss Miller? What are you talking about?
I don't know
man?
who she
I don't know who she is.
All right, let's see.
Move on to Vincent.
Yeah,
I
let's go
want to talk
Vincent.
about Vincent.
I think we all
That
want to talk
dude
about Vincent.
Is God, just the way he died is just the most disappointing thing. He died off screen. Dying
he
off
died off
screen
screen.
is
Oh.
Kind
the
of
worst death
disappointing.
you can have.
The most NPC
It's like-
ever.
It's like just a fill space, and then on top of that, they heard screaming in the middle of the night, and then they found his head. Like when they tried to go out and find him, like
Yeah.
there's no how he died. He just
Just-
walked out to go find help, and then
Got his
got
head.
it.
Well, I gotta
Oh
have
look,
this.
there's his head.
Who on earth leaves middle of the day or whatever, but then stays out and doesn't come back before dark when you know There's big, whatever you want to call
I
it.
don't
Yeah,
know,
Sasquatch.
Sasquatches, sheep
Why are
squatch.
you? I mean, I get you're trying to get cell reception or whatever for help, but
Mhm.
my God, why would you just chill out there? And
Here, go ahead.
yeah, and then when they try and go help him in the middle of the night, like, yeah, let's just all walk out like that.
Yeah.
I will say
Oh,
I did kind of like him though.
So I think it's all right.
Oh,
I think discovery of Vincent's death. You know how like Kate and Dan went looking for him, and then they ran into a troop of Sasquatches. I do think the Sasquatches were kind of like not supposed to be acting like they were. Like there was like what 9 of them, or how many of they were?
No,
They
it's
just
like
like could have
the
just
entire pack.
all of them, right? Why don't they just like sprint at the 2 people and just like
Yeah, God, and
It doesn't make
that
sense.
scene pisses me off so
yeah,
bad.
it is. It's,
No,
I
another
don't
thing
like
that
that.
really makes me mad is how it just describes them like all of a sudden the trees basically turned into Bigfoot because they were like camouflage, quote unquote. How is a brown fur gonna blend in with a green pine or whatever?
And also the fact
I mean, I
that it's
understand like
white,
when it's nighttime, right?
and
But like
But it's middle of the day.
middle of the
Another thing
day, I
is-
just
is
don't
they,
understand.
They had to have,
Yeah, I know.
they had to have seen Mozart coming to help them. So wouldn't it have made more sense to like cut her off from them and just encircle the 2 of them?
Yeah,
And
I
just,
don't
like,
think I think Kane Dan should have probably been killed. All right, so this is the first part of our podcast. Part 2 is gonna start like right now, I suppose. All right, Bobby, we're Bobby now.
Bye-bye.
Bobby,
Yeah, bye-bye.
Bobby's kind of just a side character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her death kind of brutal.
Not really. She just kind of got thrown around.
I know.
I felt bad.
I mean,
like Hulk treatment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
literally.
She wasn't a bad person. She just
She wasn't
Yeah.
bad.
ding, 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 ding,
It's
ding, ding.
like ping pong. Yeah. It's
Oh, I didn't even realize the podcast.
Silly Ray.
Jeez, you dingus.
Bobby's just kind of that main side character.
You.
What's next? Carmen.
Carmen.
Let's bring up Carmen. I need to read for my reading log.
Yeah, you need a refresher,
Open
man.
your reading, like probably record it while it's going.
Is it still recording?
I hope so. Okay. Yes, it is still recording. But the thing I know about Carmen, she threw a javelin and then kind of went straight through one of Big Feet's ribs. So,
Did we talk about you about yet?
no, I think she's in later in the
Briefly.
list, right?
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
like at the bottom. Well,
Yeah,
the
You
bottom.
like said a
So we kind
comment.
of briefly went over.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
said
we
like
briefly
one little
Which
comment.
we
Briefly.
Okay.
It's like a
Kinda
little
got-
teaser.
demolished.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Carmen. That's about all I want to say.
What'd you say?
That she threw a javelin, went straight through one of the Big Feet's ribs. Missed the heart.
What are you doing?
He's
Yeah.
gritty.
Meanwhile, wait, who are we on?
Carmen.
Oh my god, bro.
It's gonna take
Oh,
a
is
lot
the
of
podcast?
Yes, it's still going. Doofus, man.
It's gonna take a
Uh,
lot.
It's gonna take a while.
The brain rot's
Wasn't
already
Carmen
kicking
the
in.
Person, after like the javelin got thrown over, him and Dan went and like shoved this spear or whatever up and hit his heart in the.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
talking about.
You always said throw the javelin.
Yeah, they did throw it.
Yeah, and then they went. Yeah, they walked up to the Big Feet.
Yeah.
Started mocking the death of the Big Feet.
Close.
The Sasquatches.
What are you saying?
Alright. Who's next?
Holly.
Effie.
Oh,
Wow.
sorry.
So Carmen and Effie, they have this little girl.
Effie was
Palomino.
the one that ripped out the throat of the pregnant one, wasn't it?
It was one of the Big Feet, and she just kind of went.
Oh yeah, wasn't that because like their kid was getting attacked?
Yeah.
They're trying to take Palomino.
She had her
just went.
primal rage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He also got demolished as well.
Yeah,
She died immediately after.
bro, they both died shortly
Yeah,
after.
really short.
Palomino's gonna have some serious mental.
She is
Just some
absolutely
PTSD.
traumatized.
Yeah.
Unless she's
More
dead.
PTSD.
Unless she's dead, that is. She probably is dead.
Well, she's also not real. So.
Yeah, but she's
Nah.
probably dead.
She's right. She got out of it.
She's one of the Big Feet.
Yeah, she became one.
They raised her.
They raised her to.
What, did Kate die of that?
I don't know. Well, I think it kind of implies that at the end of the book anyway. But
I don't know.
Hell.
All right.
I feel like they all died considering the time now, except the drown.
Yeah.
and she went up on the big side. I think she did.
All right, we'll save that.
All right. Up next.
Palomino.
This has been really
What?
short.
Palomino was very quiet, and she didn't say anything until like the last part of the book.
I know.
And
She was like,
Yeah.
she was kind of weird.
It doesn't matter getting seeing your mom get absolutely demolished. That's gotta be something else.
I mean, Mama, not the only thing. It's
Mama.
when they were like talking about how they were bringing Palomino inside or whatever, and something was about to happen with the Sasquatches, or
Yeah.
when they'd be hugging or something, or like throwing Kate a hug or something. Which pretty not
Don't worry, you're gonna be just.
I will protect. It's like a
Thor, you're safe.
I don't remember. Did Palomino get grabbed by the Sasquatch?
Yeah, just grabbed by the hair.
Yeah.
By
And then saved by Effie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
Yeah,
then-
Effie went
Effie went monkey mode.
eight mode on
And
him.
then Monkey went eating Effie mode.
And the monkey ate monkey mode.
Any other comments?
Honestly,
Is a Sasquatch
Yeah,
more like a gorilla
not
or a
really.
monkey?
It's more like
honestly,
an
I think it's
ape.
more like an.
It's
Yeah,
an
it's
ape.
pretty much what a gorilla is.
What's the thing that we know? Get a story of a woman who got her face ripped off.
A chimp.
Yeah,
Yeah, the chimpanzee.
Dude, that's what was crazy.
Yeah.
No, it was a chimp.
It was a chimp.
She
It
had
was
a
a chimp.
she had a chimp, and like I think she grabbed one of its toys and was like, "I want that toy," and just
Yeah. Did you know she did?
Yeah, it went
Yeah, she
There's
crazy.
a podcast with
Barely.
her actually.
Really?
It's
she's
pretty.
like she looks messed up. Like,
She is pretty messed up.
How do you get your face ripped off?
Your skin peeled
They
off.
just,
your
like-
eyes gone.
just, like ripping chunks of her face. off
Yeah,
at that time.
like chunks of flesh.
And then the
Owie.
popo shot it.
Yeah, it's like it's pretty hurtful.
That's
And then the owner
Yeah.
stabbed it, I think, with a butcher.
No, her. Yeah, she had a friend
I
with
thought
her.
it was
But
a-
I think.
all right. Let's get back. On
The-
yeah, gorilla is
Yeah, alright,
Sasquatch.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right,
cool. I
you
don't
vet.
care.
That's
Well,
great.
Shut up.
All right.
Oh.
Is Tony next or your vet?
No,
No,
it's
Yvette.
Yvette.
No, it's the
Okay.
Yvette.
She was-
Oh
She
boy.
was
Hate
skin
Yvette.
and bones.
Yeah, why did it, when she died because she was pounding on the window of the Tesla? Why did it emphasize her bony wrist? She's like, and I saw her pounding with her bony wrist. It's like, what?
I'm curious. Why did they stay inside the
How
house
could
for
she
so
even
long?
walk?
Yeah.
When like
Because they were mad at everyone, pretty much. I don't know why
City Falls,
they stayed
they're
so
mad at
long. but
yeah, like I
because
mean,
they
for a
just
short time, sure, but like enough where they had crappy underwear and like had no food. And
They're
no
rich
life.
people and they're
They were
from the city.
Yeah.
mad at mustard.
Yeah,
and
she
I
went
think they just
crazy,
wanted to know they
too.
were better than everyone else and could survive on their own.
Yeah.
the
Which didn't happen.
She
Right.
went
Which
crazy.
didn't happen well.
I guess when you think about it though, if they had never messed with them, they might have survived.
Yeah.
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 Might have.
Maybe
If
they
they just
never
went
moved
straight
out
to
there in the
common
first
house,
place.
Yeah.
They would. I bet they would have lasted a bit longer.
Yes.
Yeah.
With actual
It's
defenses.
kind of the rest of their fault, but
Maybe if they
I'm
never
still blaming
moved
Tony
into
and Yvette
Green Loop
for
in the
my
first
Yeah.
place,
I really don't.
I wouldn't have happened.
Yeah. They should have just left Tony and
Or like the, I mean, we already kind of talked about
Bridge.
this with the mountain lion scene.
Yeah, that really
She just
made
flipped out
me.
on the start.
And that's
Yeah,
when
Yvette
she
is
realized. That's
crazy.
when Yvette realized that she had no power anymore.
I
She was like,
picture-
"All right, I'm just gonna sit in my
Like
house for
starved.
the rest of the
I'm
book."
gonna go starve and become very bony.
I picture Yvette as like a meth.
Yeah.
Living in basic
Yeah.
gardens or something.
She
When
absolutely
they described her in the
lost
book,
her
I was like,
crap.
yeah, that's definitely some homeless type crap.
Yeah.
She sounds like a meth.
Yeah.
Just like rough blonde hair.
I thought she had
Skinny
maybe. I
bones.
thought she had dark hair.
Well, I know. I'm just saying that's how I picture.
Uh,
it.
Yeah.
And also, wasn't she the one who was like hoarding like the vegetables or something?
Oh yeah.
Like the
food.
cans. Yeah.
Oh,
Kate
Potatoes
went to ask
or-
for potatoes. Yeah,
Yeah.
she went to ask for potatoes. and She
potatoes.
said she didn't have any. And
And then,
They're like
cookies
entire
up.
bag.
and then they
Mm.
smelled.
Wait.
What's
I
that?
thought that was Vincent and Bobby.
Oh yeah, I have like reading looks.
I might be back.
Control F.
There's too many main characters in this
Yeah.
book.
Hello.
Yeah.
I really thought it was Yvette. But maybe I'm crazy.
Maybe I'm wrong. I
Yvette?
don't know.
Absolutely lost her crap at the end.
Yeah, she just started flipping off the F bomb and the
Yeah,
C
and then she
word.
literally got flipped.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Yvette who tried to get potatoes from.
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
Yeah, and then Yvette said, "No, I don't have any." And then kind of smell hash brown from our house.
Mhm.
Is that some hash brown?
Should have thrown some Molotovs in there.
How good is your smell? I just like picture it's like a cartoon. Just that's some hash
Oh,
brown.
like you know,
Yeah.
you know, Family Guy, where like Peter Griffin gets taken away by the apple pie smell.
No.
That's what that reminds me.
No, stop.
Peter, it's making me watch. Okay.
We totally got off topic.
Let's get back.
Yeah.
Anyway, bony method, basically. That's what she was at the end.
Flipped out, then got flipped.
All right,
Her death was also pretty brutal.
All right, Tony.
Tony, also a coward. I'll be
And
honest.
also brutal death.
Rich head.
So he's the first dude in the book who like drove away to go find help with his
Was he
Tesla.
almost like the
yeah.
radio
Encountered a
station?
mudslide. I don't know the
The
actual
Lahars.
The Lahar.
Yeah.
Lahar.
And then he came back, but like I swear he'd probably seen a Bigfoot on his way back. That's my theory.
Probably.
Mike
Yeah.
Dewey.
I just drive with him. It's like,
I mean, at the beginning of the book, I didn't really know what to think about Tony, and then it said he had Tesla. I'm like, nah.
They all have Tesla.
Yeah.
Well,
No,
then I
they had-
especially
at the
lost.
end there was it said BMW, or
BMW.
some
yeah,
other
they had like a
vehicle.
BMW.
Oh, well, they're all electric.
I still picture
Yeah.
them having
Tesla's
like,
by far.
Well, yeah, but
I-
I thought it said they all had electric cars.
Probably,
All could have been
I think
prevented if
BMW
they just
was one of the
didn't
cars
go.
that,
Yeah.
Let me look that up.
I'm pretty sure.
Pretty
Maybe
much.
they had a
Dog
Chevy
makes-
pickup or a Ford.
No, what it needed was the
Ford
president.
Ranger.
No, what it needed, what
Full
Tony
black
needed
name.
was the president's car.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe he would be grabbed out of his car.
Yeah.
Absolutely demolished.
Ribs cracked.
No,
Head
he needed
smashed.
dildos.
I like the pictures like when it's in the scene where the dude's trying to crawl into the backseat of his car. Like, I just picture him like moving super slowly, like just watching, and just
Like,
like slow motion, just crawling to the back.
no, it's just like a snail.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, so when Tony was got absolutely stepped on by Alpha,
Yeah.
I just imagine the scene of like you ever seen like a 400-pound rugby player fall down on like a 140-pound rugby
Yeah.
player? That's exactly what that reminded me of. I was like, oh gosh, brutal.
It's like having Wyatt get creamed by Curtis. Or something.
yeah.
Or when you flying Eagle Bridge.
It's like the song Mr. Rogers playing with you.
Oh,
yeah.
That's the sound effect that played when he got squished like a bug.
Just the scream, dude.
Moral story, Tony,
Is a
loser.
coward.
Tony was a slob
They
at the
described
end.
it as pink foam coming out of his mouth. Why is this?
I think lungs, blood from the lungs generally has
Yep.
different temperature.
Yeah.
Okay.
When you shoot a deer in the lungs, like it'll, like kind of bubble up with like a pinky red.
I think he just
It's
Mysterious
because, like,
pink
there's like
liquid.
The oxygen.
Yeah.
a mixture of air,
Okay.
or oxygen,
I don't
and
know.
blood. Blood.
But also,
I don't know. I'm colorblind. I can't tell.
I love how I made you do all the skittle work.
No. Lime green. They have lime green.
I remember who was it early, like when we were in elementary school, saying
Blood.
we have blue blood until we bleed.
what?
Yeah,
was
because
that?
the oxygen touches it.
Because
But yet,
There's
oxygen in our blood.
Yeah.
who was that? I kept saying that.
Oh, no, I don't know the full
I
lore.
want you to hear
You
that.
guys.
all right, let's get back.
All right. What's next?
Interactive
segment.
segment. Talk about interactive.
Alrighty, had to end that before the bell rang because that'd be mighty annoying. Here we go. Interactive segment.
Not 5-2. That's a good point.
All right. Who wants to start us off then?
All right, so what would you guys do if you were Mouse Star and the bit you were in this situation where Mount Rainier erupted and
I feel like you're doing a really bad job. Never mind. Just
how
go
would
say
you
it.
do that?
All right. What would you do if you were Mustar in this situation with all these incompetent people who could never do anything in life other than work on their tablets and get groceries? Get groceries. Brendan, don't put words. Don't use my words against me.
Okay.
A crisp Dr. Pepper will fix this.
No star. In this scenario with a bunch of kind of people who are kind of helpless, I'd probably just like stay in my own room, my own house, daily, just be by myself, probably be isolated, because I don't want to be kind of stuck with a bunch of dumb people.
I think I would.
I don't have the social drive for that.
I think
I think
Eat
I
them all.
would before they found out about the Sasquatches.
Mm-hmm.
I would probably get in my car and try and go away and drive away. And because like that's what Tony I think was.
Trying to do.
Well,
Yeah,
Tony,
he drove
I
away
think you
and
went
ran
too.
into
Go.
I think you went too late though.
Yeah, I would try to drive away right away because I'm not gonna sit there and get stuck.
what if
Yeah.
well,
Yeah,
And
the second
If
Mount
I
Rainier
ran into a little
exploded.
hard or whatever, or didn't think I had a good chance of making it, then I would come back.
and then I'd use them those bait.
And if it was after the Sasquatches, well, I would take everything of mine and build my house into a defensive bunker.
You know what?
Yeah. So if
Trying to
actually,
keep myself
I think
Fair
alive.
point,
what
fair
I would
point, fair
do
point.
is
Why didn't they use their cars to
Is-
ram them? I mean, they're not
Stop.
very structurally stable.
Tony, I think could have tried that, but Tony got ripped out of his vehicle.
Yeah, I don't know why he didn't just slam it.
Wait,
Nah.
are they Cybertrucks? Because if they're a
No,
No,
they're
it's-
Teslas.
Teslas.
They're sedans and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, no, there's no sense. Just
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, sorry.
yeah, you're too loud.
0 to
Actually,
60. in
so if you
10
guys have
in
ever
2
watched the
seconds.
movie Quiet Place,
Yeah.
Yes.
like how they go into her basement, it's all like boarded up with newspapers to make sure no sound goes out.
Mhm.
I'd probably do that if
Well,
I was
it's
no
sight.
star.
Yeah.
not sound, it's sight.
Sound, that's
A
what I
quiet place?
No,
No, it's sound.
Sight. No.
Why
Bird
Wait,
Box is.
I was thinking Bird Box.
Yeah.
Because they do the exact same thing in Bird Box. So they board up the windows so
Yeah.
that way they can't see
Bird Box
outside.
and Quiet Place, yeah, basically.
Very
Pretty much the
similar,
same exact
just
movies,
different-
just one's different.
just different.
One is
senses.
shut the beep up and the other is
I can't
Be
see.
blind.
I see you? No, I don't. I see you? No, I don't.
I see you. Oh gosh, I'm
I
killing myself now.
Sigma Riz.
All right,
I see you.
all right, Jackson. What would you do
Uh,
in this scenario if you're Mo Star? We're gonna say before the Sasquatches get introduced, just after Mount Rainier explodes.
I would say like perhaps try to teach them just to like create like a successful little outpost. Huh?
Oh,
Keep
come
going.
on.
Keep
Shut up.
going. Keep going.
But yeah, I would try to do that, and if that fails, I'm boarding myself up and waiting for everyone to get killed by the Bigfoot.
Wait, you
I
saying
think-
blowing yourself up? I think I miss her.
I'm
Boarding
locking
himself
myself
up.
in my
God
house.
dang.
Boarding
Boarding.
himself
Boarding.
up and
Boarding.
blowing himself up.
I'm water
Just like
boarding
walk into
myself.
the middle of the Bigfoot cave and just
All right. What about after Sasquatch we get
It's so
introduced, Jack?
off topic, guy.
To be honest, I don't know.
Honestly, if I were personally in this situation, I would just personally remove myself from the situation.
I get trust
Remove
me.
yourself from the
Continue,
equation.
continue, Jack.
Perhaps there's the option of cucumbering yourself.
That's probably
What's
what
that
I
mean?
killing yourself.
I know. I was asking.
I mean,
Cucumber.
Keep it
All right.
Cucumber.
All right. Hey, about Brendan. How about you?
for
Before
the
Sasquatches.
okay, so after the volcano erupts, I probably just get as much resources as I can before they like run out and crap. And even if I didn't realize the big feet were coming to take away the resources, I'd probably still go get as much as I can before say that they start running out, because then those other creatures would probably try and do the same thing I'm doing.
Yeah.
Get as many resources as possible. So I'd be the first one to get to those. And then if I did finally realize that there were giant animals trying to kill us, probably would not go very well.
Actually reminds me of the Hatchet in some way. Like
I love that book.
Yeah,
That's
that
like
book
one of my
was really
favorite
great.
books.
Yeah,
I
it
can't
was.
remember. any of
It's like when the dude crashes is in the
I
plane crash.
know.
and like,
I read
Yeah,
it.
like-
I just can't remember what
That
happened.
is a
but like,
boss book.
yeah, I just told you.
Okay,
Actually,
fine. I'm
basically
sorry.
the entire book.
The first book. The rest are.
I haven't read the other ones.
I
I
haven't
read
read
the
it.
first
Yeah,
one.
I haven't.
But yeah,
read
My
it.
dad
You know,
said
like-
before I get a hatchet, I have to read that book. So I read that.
Dog
Yeah.
cheek.
So
I
yeah,
remember
like
you telling me that actually. I'm reading this just so I can get a hatchet.
that reminds like if I was in their scenario before the explosion, one I would either be like him and the hatchet and start gathering berries and whatnot.
Yeah.
Hopefully not poisonous. Or before the Lahars come and screw everything up, drive like on my phone or something, look for the nearest, I don't know, like help area.
You couldn't. The connection was bad.
Or even before. I don't know. Maybe I might have pre-knowledge.
Before the eruption?
Yeah.
What I
Time
don't get
travel.
is the fact that they have like electronic drones, right? That they got groceries from. So wouldn't they have like a manual drone that they can just kind of fly?
No,
around?
That's
I
what I'm
don't
saying. That's
think
what I'm
so.
saying.
Just
Or why
knowing
can't
how.
they use the drone to literally go get help?
Because
I don't-
tape a note onto it.
usually,
But that-
also.
Yeah, no, the power went out though.
I don't think they have like any
But
control
then
over
I
them.
just-
You just tell them what you want, and then they'll go get it
But shouldn't
themselves.
they have a GPS built into them?
I don't know, man.
Even Google Maps
Who was
works
the-
somewhat
who was the
without.
really-
No, no.
Yeah, Google Maps.
GPS,
If
like,
they had Onyx Maps, it'd be perfect. Oh, turns out
God.
the drones weren't there.
Well, yeah, no, they were like
We knew that.
They're basically Walmart's drone for getting them supplies. I'm saying like friends had drones. That
Thank
maybe
you,
are worried
mysterious
about them.
figure.
Thank you, God.
sleep paralysis demon.
All right, but
Wait,
yeah.
wait. Hold on.
about-
You didn't ask me.
I'm still on Brendan.
Okay, sorry.
How about after the Sasquatches get introduced?
I mean, after the Sasquatches get introduced, I'd probably I get on the verge of that, Andrew. But
You're on the verge of jumping off a cliff.
I mean, I'd pretty much figure out what to do for weapons and make sure that nobody is like stealing any of my crap and make sure that I'm away from everybody else so I don't get in trouble because of their very, very foolish actions.
Fair. Bridger? Something tells me this is going to be very, very eventful. Bridger, go ahead.
Okay.
Before Sasquatches get introduced?
I'm not quite sure. I'd probably start stockpiling up on food and other items of necessity. I know.
Keep going.
Well, what do you want me to say?
Into the mic.
What else? So trapped in the middle of nowhere with a bunch of other people who are incompetent when it comes to certain survivability. They don't know what they're doing. I suppose that maybe I'd help them a little bit, like teach them how to do some things. But otherwise, I'd probably just try and keep to myself as much as possible, trying to survive.
Yeah,
Because
realistically,
they take up so much food
okay,
everywhere.
I would actually help them because I'm better likely to survive if I'm gonna have more people, and more likely they're gonna eat and kill the dumb people before me. So
Yeah, but you
So
don't know they're
actually-
here yet. This is before you realize.
This is before Mount Rainier.
Okay.
Or before Sasquatch.
So if it did explode, I would still probably help them though, because I mean, if they're helping me go do multiple tasks.
Fair.
Yeah.
I'd say before Sasquatches get introduced, that's fair.
And also,
After, I'd say, screw you guys, I'm going to my own little fallout.
But
Yeah.
yeah, before they got introduced,
I would help
I'd
them
probably.
easily break
I
through
was
houses.
talking. Thank you very much. Before the Sasquatches got introduced, I would be a good Samaritan. I would help them with everything.
yeah, I would too. And also, and another thing, if anyone steals my crap, okay, I would banish them. I would banish them away from
Banish
our
them to
You
death.
want, how would you banish them, bro?
Like,
grab
with
the
a
javelin
spear.
and
Actually,
Get out!
Actually, I'd wait it all out because when they're like, I don't know what flight it was, but when they like a rugby team crashed into
Yeah,
the mountain,
yeah.
they
Oh,
eat
yeah.
each other.
No,
Yeah.
they ate the bodies first, and then started eating each other.
Yeah,
They ate the
They
body
only
first,
ate
but
dead
each
yeah,
other.
they only ate the dead ones.
Yeah, when we ate the dead one.
And then they ate them.
Yeah, and then they got rescued eventually.
They
I
tried to
watched
eat
a
the
video
seats
on
and
why it's
everything
like
first.
important to be like a good Samaritan in like an apocalypse, and I guess that makes sense because like the more allies you have in the event of something bad
Exactly.
happening, then the more
Because if
troops
you get
or allies you'd have.
plus if you get in a situation where you need their help, if you were nice to them, they're gonna help. They
Yeah.
might help you.
I mean,
might help.
Hopefully.
I feel like
I'd rather cure a
I mean, like,
might
raiding-
than screw you. You tried to kill me.
you may have a lot of
I wouldn't try
skill,
to
but
kill
like
anyone.
if you were to be like a bad guy and like try and raid their houses,
Oh, God,
like
what are you,
especially
miserable?
with like you may be more skilled than them, but like it's like a 12-1. No, it's like 10-1 almost.
Yeah.
It's just a stupid
I
idea.
feel
Now I do have to add this. if I were in this situation, I would have my guns and stuff.
Yeah, well,
So,
you're
yeah,
must
but
be
then
you're
I'm a
mustard right
buster.
now. Actually,
I'm actually surprised
Yeah.
Mozart didn't have any guns. I'm actually kind of surprised.
Yeah.
Well, maybe she's afraid of them ever since the war.
Or whatever.
Dude, she picked up a
warships.
dude's head like it was a basketball. I don't know if she
Yeah, that is true.
it's like it's like a tennis ball. Don't
Yeah, I don't think he has
hoops into the freezer.
Well, I'm sure she wasn't expecting something like this to happen.
You guys.
Well,
know
I
the
mean, I
scene
feel
on
like she
Tron-
still has some idea to bring it.
You know, like I
Some
think
sort
most of our
something.
parents have a pistol inside their
Yeah.
sensor.
At least a
I know my.
You know the scene on Tropic Thunder when they first get like deployed after, and they were
God,
like
so
shoot
getting off
the.
topic again.
No, listen. And they're like the bandits, or whatever, like shooting at the actors, and the main one grabs his gun and is just shooting into the trees. That'd be me at the big feet. You see,
Yeah.
you see the trees.
It's like that one dude that's like has like the pocket cocaine.
That's way too far.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh, I
Okay.
love that
My
movie.
after.
Yeah, for your after, what do you do?
I feel like they underutilize their
That's your
one of their
cocaine, bro.
biggest assets, which is the vehicles. I feel like they definitely could have done something to them that could have made them armor, or could have armored them, could have put weapons on them.
Thanks, mommy.
Yeah, their vehicles. I feel like they were underutilized. They only were used for in the final scene when they flashed the big feet with the
Hey, yo.
headlights. Or was it? Bruh.
Wait, shut up.
That's crazy.
So you think they should have utilized the cars more?
Yeah, they should.
Yeah, I do
Could have used them.
I do feel like they could
Yeah.
have definitely done a lot more with the cars.
yeah.
I feel like with the cars.
Hide in the trunks. All right. Hear
I feel
me.
like
Hide in
they
the
would've
trunks?
smelled-
Hide in the trunk.
I mean,
Like
I
cut
guess
down
they
a tree and
smell-
just get in the trunk.
No, but car trunk.
Oh, trunk as in a car. I was thinking trunk as in like a tree trunk.
Bruh.
Hey, hear me out. Japanese in World War II actually did like the snipers would crawl into a trunk and just like shoot
Oh,
out
that's
the
a fair
trunk.
point. Like,
Oh, yeah.
So you know how like Vietnam soldiers would like burrow underneath the ground.
Yeah, as in tunnels.
They were super tiny, so I'm not saying it'd be worth it, but like if you dug like a little bunker of your own, how do
A little rat
Sasquatches get
hole.
you? Little rat hole.
Yeah, like I said, I think they could have made a way better, like base or whatever you want to say, like some sort of better defense to keep themselves safer from the big feet. with
Then a
their
big old
houses.
common house. Yeah.
But
Maybe
they're
after.
simple.
Although
they-
after the Bigfoot
Maybe
are
if they set
discovered,
fire to
I
them,
probably would simply
They could have made Molotov.
cucumber myself.
If they
Yeah.
siphoned the
I would
gas
keep
out of their
myself
vehicles, if
That's
they
good.
siphoned the gas out of their vehicles, they could have made Molotovs.
They had Teslas.
Will they know how to siphon?
There's BMW.
Well, I know
Oh,
like
that's-
Mosar has a lot of experience in war, but I don't think she like siphoning gas. Most people probably would think like just in a video game where you like put gas in like a little slot.
no.
Just yeah, we know how to siphon gas, Bridger.
Yeah. It just takes a little bit of
It's just
mouth
people
usage.
from the city would not know how to siphon the gas.
Yeah.
They probably wouldn't even know what siphon means.
Well, maybe
Alright.
they just
Well,
cut holes
it
in the
is
bottom
true.
of
Also,
the
they
gas.
have electric cars.
No,
Except
yeah.
for they have like two.
No.
regulars.
The BMW actually does make a lot of.
They do
electric
make it
cars.
cut a couple.
So I
Yeah.
guarantee you they were all electric.
Yeah.
Maybe if they use
Because think
the
about it.
cars
Instead of
bomb.
having to go get gas, they can literally plug their cars in at their houses.
Yeah, that's a fair
So I
point.
guarantee they're fully electric cars.
Yeah,
Probably.
that makes sense. That actually
What
makes
if they?
sense.
Why didn't they use like the battery acid from their batteries and just like have like a little like bottle or something? They could just open just and just like throw battery acid on the
Yeah, but there was
Sasquatches.
still- there was still alcohol. There was wine. I don't
Well, we know
exactly
that, but
what
like
that is.
the battery acid just makes more sense. They're like
A
tip the
little bit.
spears and battery acid.
acid doesn't like literally dissolve.
Well,
right?
yeah,
It's
we
It
yeah, no.
burns you,
Yeah.
but
It
A
burns
little bit.
bad.
not as bad as you'd think. I mean, it eats your clothes and stuff, but
Yeah,
Exactly,
but
you
how would
get
that how would
burned.
that react with fur?
I
That's the
think
thing.
it'd react the same as when you get it on your arm.
Exactly.
I don't think
So
it'd
they're
react the
hairless
same
and
as the skin. I think
disgusting.
it'd react more like the clothes, and just kind of dissolve the fur.
I think it'd be hairless and disgusting.
How about inside the stomach? How battery acid do?
Oh, that is true. They could have it to where like on their javelin or something, so when they stab them.
Yeah, that's what I just said. Is like coat
Oh.
the javelin in like battery
Oh,
acid.
I thought you were
Yeah.
just saying literally like
If they
pour it
took
on,
one
like
of them,
a freaking
put
glass
one that was dying, just
I'm not sure that would like
Splash.
burn.
Have like in like the forest
Oh.
where it's just like a bottle like taped to the spear, just like
Oh, yeah.
chuck it.
Eyes. You only get one pair.
Oh right, yeah.
It's like get like a eyes.
Good
Just
point.
that would
like-
hurt.
I don't know.
she
Battery
did
acid on the eyes. I think that hurt a little bit.
blind them. It wouldn't hurt them.
I know that. I think so.
It also hurt really, really badly.
Yeah.
And also another thing about that for don't you think that it would also kind of like start a fire since it would kind of like
I
No.
don't think battery acid would do
No.
that. Acid
Fire
really
is
doesn't
not-
cause
It doesn't cause fire.
Yeah,
It just
it dissolves.
and honestly.
Ooh, Tesla's catch on fire though. They burn a while.
Yeah,
Oh,
they could. That's a good point.
Tesla-
Because
Oh,
they're
yeah.
lithium batteries,
lithium
they
batteries,
could
they
start
burn
a
for
huge
hours, dude.
bomb out of their
Yeah.
cars.
What if they just throttle it until it catches fire and they burn it?
Ah,
Yeah,
they-
like,
they don't-
Lithium
After-
batteries don't explode like a grenade, but they burst into a giant flame.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
since
It's like basically a Molotov.
since they went towards
That's
Tony
really-
while he's in their car, they could have made like a trap to trick them to think there
Just
was
like,
another person going into their
Oh,
car.
like
I
a
did
dummy,
see
and then
like
they
a
could have
mannequin.
I
totally.
think it was lithium. No, it was lithium. They took a lithium battery. They took out
Bridger
the
explains how to
atoms.
make an IED.
I've seen
They
too many
took out-
Instagram comments.
Yeah,
They
You
took out
hear
the
enough-
I can make a pipe bomb.
They took out the lithium, they rolled it up, and they threw it in a glass container full of water,
Oh,
and it actually exploded.
Yes, we
Yeah,
know.
have you
That's
seen-
called an IED.
So yes, it would explode.
I love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
As
love
Bridger
that it
casually
would explode
explains
like
on
every
as
electric
Bridger
dirt
casually
bike
explains on a
car.
podcast for a school assignment how to make an IED.
So yeah, I love that video where they just threw like a lithium ball into a pool, like a lake, and it just like pop, 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 pop. That's what I liked.
Alrighty, let's get back on track.
If I already explained what I do if I figured out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I just
Rich,
kill
you
myself.
did,
I did.
you did. I think I did.
Actually, I'd become
never-
like Muslim
I
or
would
something.
never
Suicide
hide
bomb.
in a house like Tony and his never.
I mean, I would only if it was like a basement though, but I could maintain a bit better.
Yeah. Have you guys ever seen that movie? I think it's like 2024 or something like that. I don't know what it is. Or 2015. I don't know. The world's like ending.
2012.
Yeah.
Oh, 2012. where
I actually
they-
like that movie. A lot of people
Yeah.
hate that
Yeah,
movie,
I
but I
love that
like it.
movie.
That's
quite a
kind of
bit.
what I think of this book at the beginning when Mount Rainier explodes. That's how I kind of imagine it.
A midget.
when,
A
like,
midget
when the world's
explodes.
like bursting into flames and exploding.
Bro, I don't think Mount Rainer's that big.
Well, I know, but like you know, like how all the flames in the forest are burning.
Yeah,
and stuff?
yeah.
I think
Mount Rainier
I
blows
wonder
up
how
the
big
West
Mount
Coast.
Rainier is.
Oh my
I'd like to add
gosh.
one more thing. I would have definitely just ate the deer. I would have
I
killed
thought you were
the
gonna
deer.
say eat the people. I was like, what?
Eats the Bigfoot.
What?
That too,
Oh,
actually.
actually,
Well,
if you're a Dan,
If
if you're in a group and you like encountered one of his scouts, I think it'd be a good idea to like try and kill that one scout because I bet it's gotta have some edible meat.
It's got a lot of meat on it.
Yeah, it's like 7
Well,
foot
I mean,
tall.
like,
It's gotta be
would
some edible
would they probably didn't know it was a scout at the time. They probably just thought it was a single Bigfoot just kind of walking around.
Yeah, you could.
There.
Also, they're from the city. Their first reaction probably isn't to kill it. It's probably to.
Can I go to the grocery store and buy
That's
some?
exactly what Shane Dan's
Oh,
reaction
so
was.
cute.
All right, I'm not cutting this out.
Oh shit.
Okay. So back on 5, where we need to think of like stuff that are kind of correlate into devolution. What do you guys think?
The
of
Hatchet
to
book.
start? I mean, we already talked about the Hatchet.
Yeah.
But I want to talk about it. World War Z because it's made by the same author.
Lame. Shut up. Boo. You suck.
St. Helen.
Get
Mount
me
St.
no
Helen's
way.
exploding.
Wasn't that the really big one that
That
was
was,
like way back
it
when?
was like the one that completely blew apart the like instead of erupting like a normal volcano, it just simply blew up the entire like mountain. Like if you look at it
Top
now,
of
there's
it.
like it's like a bowl,
Yeah,
but like
it's
the
like-
side of it is like completely collapsed. It just blew out the
Yeah,
side
it's
instead
like
of the top.
giant
Mhm.
like crater, and also I kind of saw a comparison between that since they're both in Washington State. I also wanted to look up if there's like any Bigfoot conspiracies.
Bro,
So-
no,
Oh,
we're
God.
not doing
Sorry,
this.
not a conspiracy because there's
Proof! It's hard evidence.
It's hard evidence.
We need
It's
some
not
meth heads to
conspiracy
give us
if
some
it's true,
information.
If it's true,
Alright.
So, some modern or like
knock it off.
current events that kind of correspond with this is not necessarily the Bigfoot thing because, well, yeah, 'cause, you know,
I
Bigfoot's
saw
real.
Bigfoot once.
yeah, I saw him once. It's in my backyard.
I was on crack when I did it.
I took
I
a
was on
picture.
battery
I took a
acid.
picture on my 144p camera for you guys.
It was my dad, in fact, when he was wearing the gorilla costume during Halloween. Yeah,
It's like I just got Bridget to like go outside and just start walking across the yard or something.
I hate
so and
He's too big.
All right.
so you know, in the 2012 movie, was that the one where Yellowstone explodes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you know how like the end, it reminds me like when how civilization collapsed and everyone's just like pushing each other off the edge.
Yeah, and everyone's worried about themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was on like a not a town scale. That was like a whole planet thing.
No, I'm saying that fair.
Although I do see where you're coming from.
Oh, you know another comparison? I don't know the name of it. Andrew, you do. The one where they're like, most people get taken to heaven or whatever. And everyone's
What's it called?
The Rapture?
The Rapture, yeah. That movie when they're all sacrificing each other in the pit. They're like throwing each other down to hell.
And then
like if we were all in this situation, I feel like that's how it's
We're like running perfectly fine away, just like throw Camden in the hole in the pit. Just like trip him. No.
And you'd probably be the guy who's being sucked up when you sacrifice yourself to the candle. It's like, F you! He gets sent back down. Alright. I have a ton of proof right here. Look at this image.
Okay. What the?
I actually recorded that video.
Yeah. He showed us a white Bigfoot falling down a cliff.
It looks like it's like if you throw your like stuffed animal down the staircase.
I'm sorry, little one.
Alright, guys.
But so I think a career event would be like, there's a lot of environmentalists anymore. Like, so I think it's pretty likely that they go out and have these houses.
Oh, you're talking about.
Unfortunately, it is getting more real where like people just go out into the wilderness with like zero preparation or planning or knowledge, and you're just like, oh no, a bear! I'm gonna go pet it.
No, never mind. Yeah, no, I was just say Yellowstone. When like people go up to wildlife and try to pet them, or like bison, they let their 6-year-old go over there.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
oh, honey, come over here, come pet the bison. Bam! Bam! You guys heard about the one where they're like, oh, that bison's cool. We'll put him in the car and warm him. And
Dude, I saw a video where this lady like hopped a fence and like sprinted to a bison herd to go pet one.
Oh my
And
gosh,
just like,
guys!
Yeah.
So yeah, I saw a Yellowstone video of like a 6-year-old girl just being launched like 15 feet in the air, dude. That was crazy.
This is kind of off.
No, this wasn't on Score Up. It was just on news.
Well, I mean, it's not too off topic considering the fact you're talking about.
No, I have something to say.
People.
This is kind of off topic.
Oh.
What if we take all the Democrats?
No, you're getting political. No politics on our friendly family podcast.
This is definitely not family friendly.
I mean, we can do that in the living room.
And then we saw off California, and then we let them live on their own island.
Hey, did
How
anyone
long
ask
would
for
you
your
think they
political
survive?
opinion?
I didn't
How
ask
long
for your
do you think they
political
survive?
opinion.
Come on, answer the question. How long do you think they'll survive?
Northern
Okay.
California would survive. South wouldn't.
Yeah.
Southern parts.
Actually, wouldn't be like the north because that's where LA is.
No.
No,
No,
LA's
LA's
like LA's south.
LA was south.
Yeah, LA's like it's kind of in the middle. It's like it's a little south and in the middle though. It's not. It's not.
The middle is San Francisco.
We take all
Yeah,
the
you would
Republicans
know.
out of California.
The middle,
and
the
back.
very south,
yeah,
the very south is south of San Diego. San Diego's near the Mexican border and all that.
Sorry, we have our hillbilly friend here named Bridget McGee.
I ain't no hillbilly.
I tell
We're all
you
hillbillies. You have a freaking lawnmower, racing lawnmower.
Oh hell! What
He
the fuck
does
was
have
I
a
thinking?
Well, howdy.
So do you.
Mine doesn't work.
Doesn't change anything.
That does not change.
Makes you
You also want to know what doesn't work? My black beater truck.
I'll buy it from you for $500.
I don't. I think we're using. Yeah, that's
You are from Brendan.
I mean, I'm
Brandon.
not quite sure why I would do that because I'm pretty sure I replaced batteries as much as I replaced gas in that thing.
You said it was
So every gas stop, you just replace it with a battery.
All right.
It's like a Tesla.
Let's get back on topic.
No, it's a
and,
hybrid.
Not be
I just
political.
throw the empty batteries.
You're like 5'2",
But like what
but
we were saying, I mean, I'm pretty likely anymore that
you're
we have
5'8".
someplace like
Oh
Green Loop
wow!
where they would go and have someone create some Green Loop.
I thought you said Greenland. I'm like, I don't
Yeah,
think that would work very well.
Greenland's in there, Tom.
No,
We
Yeah,
should.
no, Green Loop was.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Green Loop is the name.
Yeah, I thought you said
Have these
Green Loop.
self-sufficient
Oh.
houses. They just go out there to get off grid. You know, be one with nature. But
As they have drones.
Remember when Rich would say he always wants to go off grid and live in the middle of the mountains?
I still want to live in the middle of the mountains. I just want to be able to pay my taxes.
Well, you don't need to pay your
Well,
taxes.
then go
You're
live in the
dedicated.
friggin'
Well,
mountains.
They can't find you.
No one would miss you anyway.
I'm gonna go do it with him.
No
Yeah,
one
Rich
miss
will
you
be
either.
Bigfoot. Rich will just grow hair everywhere. She's walking around the forest butt
Just
naked.
scared.
I'm wearing Achilles.
Okay, I'm not English proud to help.
No, don't.
Yeah,
Keep it in.
I don't wanna. Okay.
Camden, quit.
What?
No.
All right.
Yep. Well, night.
So what do you guys think the theme of this book is?
Well,
I never back down. Never what?
no.
Never give up. I mean,
So-
towards the end, it's more like that, though.
Yeah.
What? Let's start with you. What do you think?
I
the theme
personally think
is?
the theme could be like, humans are pretty good at adapting to their situation or their surroundings.
I mean,
Pretty much what I would have said. Like, I probably would have said something along the lines of like, human perseverance is over everything. I guess. I mean, there's a reason we're on top of the food chain right now. All right.
Yeah, it's definitely not because it's.
unless you have people who, I don't know, who are clueless and went to go pet polar bears.
That's what we call editing out the gene pool.
That's called
what we call
natural selection.
Yeah.
Natural selection.
That's called winning a Darwin Award. All right.
POV.
All right, yeah.
I think the theme of the book would be like, all right. Hold on. Let me go to my logs. All right.
Never mind. We'll go back to you, Brandon. What do you think?
The theme? Let's say probably just work together and
that's just
fight.
So anything else to add? No. Okay. I think my perception of the film is that, of the theme, is that natural disasters can bring people together to work together and to help each other survive
Unless your name is Tony and you're bad.
in
Yeah.
a serious event such as a volcanic eruption or a hurricane.
I mean, the reason I personally think that it's like humans are good at adapting situations because you get a bunch of these city
Slickers.
city slickers that are moving out into this off-grid place and getting their situation. And at first, everyone except most are is really stupid, really. And then towards the end, they all kind of, learn from most star and kind of start to,
At least pull their weight somewhat.
Yeah, I mean,
unless you're Tony and Vet.
yeah, unless you're Tony and Vet.
Then you have a cool death.
My theme
At least
was
it's not like an off-screen death like Vincent was.
Yeah, that's
That's just gotta be.
Oh, we shouldn't go save it.
I mean, I was going to go for that adaptation, but we all did it, so I don't want to do it no more.
Never back down.
We're in the middle of a
I think-
conversation.
I feel like one of the themes could be like how humans, even when messed up stuff happens, they always find like a way to not be at ground zero for the rest of their life.
Hey, you
We
just
can see
copy
that
what
one.
we all said.
Shut up. I don't. I think we all did the same thing.
Yeah.
Look through all my reading logs. Basically, all my themes
know.
are around
I ain't
adaptation.
reading all that, bro.
No. Shut up, Rich.
No, I used the
Shut
word
up.
perseverance.
I think mine was a bit different from yours.
What'd you say?
I said that people will come together in a natural disaster.
That's what I kind of think like the theme is. It's just that it's the indomitable human spirit, baby.
Capitalism.
I think that Bigfoot is from the government and they're just trying to.
I think you should shut up.
I think you should quit
Here's why I
conspiracy
think
bull crap.
Bigfoot was in the Watergate incident.
What is that?
Wait. Richard Nixon.
When Richard Nixon got deposed.
Deported, not deported.
Not
Impeached.
impeached, yeah.
So
Sorry, guys, I can't make English.
the next three dealies that we need to talk about for a topic is conflict, symbolism, setting, and style. So I kind of first want to go on from style and say or not
I
style,
don't like the
setting.
style. Or
Not bubbly, very brutal. And
well, it'd be conflict, bro.
For setting, I mean, It's just in the middle of nowhere in the woods, miles away from any of the
And
sorts of
these
civilization. And people don't know where the
houses-
next neighbor is.
These houses are made from recycled
Their GPS
stuff.
That helped them out a lot, didn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah, I know.
I think the house theory is everyone just recycles everything.
Yeah.
Like manure gets turned into what? Fuel?
Yeah,
the
it's
feces.
heating.
That
It's turned into heating.
Right?
that and also they use solar power
Obviously, yeah.
because they're self-sufficient in their woods. How does that?
Oh, they're somewhat self-sufficient until it comes to getting drone
Yeah.
deliveries from
Hold
Walmart
on.
24/7.
I got a
The
question.
drones weren't theirs.
Yeah, I know.
I know, that's what I'm
They
saying.
got
From
drones
Walmart.
From Walmart.
If they
I don't know if it was Walmart. I'm just saying it as
A random. We're plugging Walmart right now. Check out our description.
Here's my
We got
If-
sponsored.
So if there is a national disaster, I mean, I know at the beginning it kind of talked about them trying to drop supplies to people, but because there's probably not just Green Loop and that's it. It's these people. There's probably some other.
There were.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So why weren't they using the drones to still try and
Ooh.
give them supplies?
So this is actually mentioned inside the book. Like they had a circle of like where to focus their attention to. Green Loop was out of that circle. They're out of their search
Oh, yeah.
radius. So that's why they weren't actively looking for Green Loop.
But so you think because they couldn't get out or anything, they try and
I don't
help
know.
them or at least check in on them.
Maybe they should have had at least a flare gun.
Also, here's my other.
I wouldn't do anything. I don't think I would do anything because
Yeah,
the
not
helicopters.
I got
Along with the fact, a volcano kind of
If you
exploded.
just shoot, if you
Also,
shoot the
here's my
big
other
feet, they'll
thing.
catch on fire and die.
If they're stranded, right?
Mhm.
How could a helicopter or something like that not come in and just evacuate?
Because the ash.
That's what I just said. They weren't
Yeah.
inside the evacuation.
And also ash.
And also
Like a
ash
circle.
because it can also get on the propellers and distort
It's
how
not
the
I think it's more like
They
the
can fly.
intake.
Mm.
Intake.
They,
You plug
Yeah,
the
the
intake.
intake.
even if they were, if
Yeah.
they could,
And
they
the
were
ash
in the
would-
search and
would
rescue
not have
zone.
been that bad because
No, the ash definitely would have been.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would
no,
have
in
been
fact,
missing.
then how are they alive? How could they breathe the air?
Inside
Well, you can
the
still
house
breathe
is
in ash. You can still clog up an intake, especially for a helicopter. How
Yeah,
much
you
air they
suck in a
intake.
lot of air, yeah.
I feel like if it would have been so bad that an engine couldn't run at all, that you wouldn't be able to breathe the air.
Plus, I mean, a drone kind of. I mean, I don't know if you guys remember this, but a drone smack dab into the side of a search and rescue helicopter. So drones weren't even allowed to go in there anymore.
Oh
Do
yeah.
you remember that?
Encounters between aircraft and clouds of volcanic ash are a serious concern.
In fact, there's even a plane in Indonesia that crashed because it flew into a volcanic cloud from a nearby erupting volcano.
Yeah,
Do you? Yeah.
It clogs the intake, and you just
It
That's
just
it.
plummeted.
your engines explode, and you die.
Yeah.
And if they were far enough away from the ash, it's also entirely possible that they were the helicopters would have to fly through the ash cloud to get to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
And also,
Yeah, because they were getting rained on by ash.
Also, speaking of which, if they had to manually clean off the ash from the solar panels, what would happen if it was wintertime? How would that work? Because
They clean off the snow from the solar panels.
I know
you
you think it would have an automatic seasonal thing for that, right?
What?
What type of like windshield
Like
wipers?
Yeah.
No,
Automatic
nope.
cleaning and
Solar
automatic-
panels do not
Maybe
have
when
that.
the
Ours, we have to go there every single time snow gets on it. We have to clean it off.
Maybe when the volcano erupted, it broke the windshield wipers.
Oh no, Ash, I can't work anymore.
I don't know. I just feel like even with all the ash around, that it would be pretty hard to survive because if you get enough ash in your lungs, there's little shards
Oh yeah,
From
yeah.
from the actual eruption itself, and they just tear your lungs apart.
Well, I guarantee you they're still having that happen to them. It's just it doesn't kill you instantly.
No,
Yeah.
not instantly. But
it
if
never
they were
really
there that
started
long,
it
coughing
was
up blood.
Super hard for them to
We're
breathe.
only there for how long were we there till we all died?
Like a couple weeks.
Wow.
Yeah, that is-
It's a little
I didn't
No,
think
it hadn't
it-
been a couple weeks as they started to get sprouts from the
What-
seeds. And
No, it was.
seeds
I thought it was months.
It was
I
like-
thought
it
it
was
was.
not
No, it was at least a week.
It was definitely over a week.
I mean, it doesn't. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't take
I mean,
so
we'd
long.
have to look at the timestamps on the journal, so. in order to see
Yeah.
that.
we
I
could
didn't
go.
think.
you
Sure.
have a book?
No,
Go to the
think there
beginning
was
and go to the
It
end.
doesn't take too
see what
long.
it
Too
says.
long for seeds to to sprout. Like when we were down in the greenhouse, it didn't take mega long for it to sprout.
Shoot, I'm on the wrong one.
But I'd say I don't know how long it took.
And also, if this was real life, it would have been huge because like Mount Rainier is actually like
Did you
ranked
say
one of
Mount Reindeer or Mount Rainier?
Rainier. I got a speech impediment, man. I can't control it.
Yeah, but so does
A
he.
lot of
He
rain,
doesn't
though.
see him messing up, except for salmon.
Which rain clears out ash.
That's not a speech impediment. It's just the way I say
I was
it.
asking if it snowed because Jackson brought up if it snowed, but why I didn't have an automatic way to clean the slow turns off, but I didn't even know if it snowed.
That's up a lot.
If it snowed, then it had
it's the
to.
Pacific Northwest, right? And it's
How
kinda
did
cold
Well,
in
Seattle's
California.
pretty north.
I don't even know. Yeah.
Washington.
All right.
It's in Washington, but
Yeah.
I think it's a little north.
But at the same time, it's like close to Canada, which like snows all the time.
It's kind of like northwest, I think. near
It does
the-
snow in
it-
California. It's just
it
not
doesn't.
nearly as much as.
Okay, so
They get, like,
over. It was
a
over.
centimeter a year.
It was over 2. Actually, it was probably over 3 weeks they were there.
Over 3 weeks.
That's
Okay.
what I
That
thought.
would make sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess it's like a week and a half till the Sasquatches get introduced.
September 22nd to October 17th.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Is it till third? Is it the 30th or the 31st that September ends?
I know that's a
I think it's the
ChatGPT question.
30th, and
Or
then
you could just look it up.
I just asked ChatGPT, pretend today's date or that date, and just say how far am I from that date.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's not. It's totally. What was it? April 2nd. When it's totally still May 2nd when we started this.
I mean, October fair would probably be.
Also, as I was saying earlier, Mount Rainier is like one of the top 10 dangerous volcanoes in the world, just because it's like super close, as you can see here, to Seattle.
Yeah, it's you can see.
I know.
Eradicate Seattle.
I mean, when we were okay, yeah.
I know it's like in the same place as like Mount Fuji, which is close to Tokyo, and other volcanoes like Vesuvius, Mount Vesuvius.
Of course, that didn't end out well for the Romans.
They were fine.
I mean, they're only like frozen in time because of it.
Some baby waking up to see the volcano.
I do. All right, what are you guys' opinions on the style of the book? How it goes from our characters, from Kate's diaries to like the Ranger and Dealings.
I don't really like.
To me, it's not very smart. It's kind of confusing.
At least you're honest.
The point of view is awful.
Yeah, I don't really like the journal type books where it's like has like date stamps and stuff like that too much. And I mean, it just kind of gets a little bit confusing because for me, it kind of seems like it goes from first person to journal entries back to first person back to journal entries.
I also hate the recorded conversations of like
The Rangers and the
Yeah.
Park Ranger. Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. In my opinion, I think I was pretty okay with it. I mean, I like the dates.
A little bit under a month they were there.
I'm kind of with Camden on this, but I would have liked it if it kind of included other people's point of view.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
kind of
that probably would've
switch
been
back
cool.
and forth from people so they could share their views
How-
on what
yeah,
they
I mean,
think.
So
how
they're
Vincent
making a
died,
movie.
that'd
They're
be
making
awesome.
a movie
Yeah.
on it, right? So is that going to be like a journal entry type movie, or is that going to be just a?
I really hope
I
it's just
don't
like the
know.
movie.
I think
Yeah.
journal entries.
Well, there's like some that's like flashbacks or something like that. Where
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
flash to them reading a
Wait,
journal.
that-
Or they
wait,
have
that-
like the narrator or the
Like,
person
like the
talking in the
book
back.
is for it to be journal entries. She doesn't know the perspective of the other people.
Yeah, we know.
I know, we
but,
were
like,
just
we're
saying
just explaining how
that-
we don't like that type of
Yeah.
stuff.
I think.
Plus,
Yeah,
it's also a bit weird because how could you remember conversations had with people like to
Journal entries, you write them as you go.
Which would
You're
be
talking
really
to someone
weird.
as you're writing.
You're
your
just
journal.
like-
I
No,
mean,
you
it
do
wouldn't
that.
be too hard.
Really good.
I mean, it would be too hard to remember conversation. Maybe not word by word, but
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
She doesn't work.
Imagine how other people would have felt just like seeing her writing in the journal all the time. Like, is she okay?
Are you gonna help us build the damn
She-
defenses or
Yeah.
not?
She wrote after the death of her husband too.
Yeah.
Which is, I think, is so weird. Would
Oh,
you
yeah,
just
she
not-
did.
Would you just stop at that point? I don't.
I mean, maybe it was an
No.
escape until.
She
Yeah,
would.
yeah,
She
yeah.
didn't do it for her
Yeah.
husband. She did it for mental issues and to
I
help
know, but
herself out.
I feel like that'd be the least of my worries at that point.
I think it's a way to help her cope with.
yeah, that's the way to
cope
go.
with her feelings,
The
probably.
way people have diaries and whatnot.
I've
I'd say
never
it's
had a
probably
diary.
what
I've never read a diary.
I've often.
I thought, wait.
Who needs to invent new problems when you can just
When you
You
can
know,
bottle them
right,
up
it is.
until they
There's
burst out
secrets
in
in the
anger.
love life in a book.
I just
It's
looked
the
up.
weirdest thing. I gotta
Type
say
of
that.
2000 high school drama shows.
You stole my diary, man.
How dare you?
I'm gonna leak it on the internet.
Oh no.
my diary.
Don't
What's
go to
next?
page 30. Don't go to page.
So I'd say it's like
I still remember
50-50
that
of people who like it and don't like it.
See, our Discord is just the same thing, but not in a book.
No, God.
Can't be traced back.
No.
It can't be traced back. I have no idea what he's talking about.
There's nothing bad
What
going
Discord
on
server are
with
you talking
Discord.
about,
Yeah,
bro?
what are you talking about?
What?
What Discord server?
What?
Brendan, what are you talking
There's
about?
no Discord server.
What's Discord?
All right, back on track.
Alright.
What would you guys rate this
What is
book?
that?
One out of 10, because, you know, like 10 obviously, because we see 10.
I think it could have been like an 8 if it was like structured, how I like it. But like, I mean, I just really don't like the. I'd probably say 5 to 6.
I personally,
I liked
think-
how gruesome it was.
Yeah, that was probably one of the reasons.
All right. So I'm personally. What?
Let him
Bridger
speak. I'm
interrupt.
sorry.
Bridger
Let
interrupt.
him
Okay, Rick, you can just speak.
Let him speak.
Alright, I'm with Andrew because I would rate it a 5 out of 10 if it was structured different and the first 5 chapters weren't so incredibly boring. Then I probably also would have rated it an 8.
Yeah, those first 4 chapters were really boring.
All right,
Alright.
we gotta make this unique. Real quick. We gotta make it unique.
All right. Well, hold on. We can do that.
We'll do
that
1
when
through
we-
10.
Yeah,
I
all
already
right.
have a unique.
So personally, I'm gonna label it like I'm gonna do an 8 out of 10. The first 5 chapters weren't too boring for me, as I had the audiobook read it to me. So like I wasn't doing it. I
Those
mean, like
chapters were
still following
struggle for me
along,
to get through.
but I wasn't too bothered. At the end, I really liked the book. I'm still gonna do it an 8 out of 10. Brendan,
I'd do a 7 out of 10. It wasn't too bad. I would have changed the way it was structured just a little bit, just like to hear other people's point of view and maybe just have like a little more third person, I guess. But overall, it wasn't too bad. The ending was a little weird, but
I like it.
it's all right.
I'd give it I'd give it a 7 out of 10. I like when it really got
All right,
going
Rich.
and it describes all the things she was doing to prepare for the final battle and all the and however else all the people died and how gruesome it was. But I didn't like how it would have been okay if it was in journal format if it wasn't to the dot on dialogue. Because I feel like no way you can remember all of that down to the dot. And so I feel like there'd be some like not exact words. You know.
Yeah. I'm gonna personally rate it 6 out of 10. You know, of course, the action was great towards the latter half of the book when the big monkey men showed up.
The big monkey man.
Yeah, the ending was kind of crazy, where she was like, "I'm gonna kill them all."
I mean, I do think most Star raises the rating quite a bit.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I personally like it.
I really
I love
If they
the
would have
ending.
had like a snippet of the ending at the beginning, I might have been more willing to get through those first 4 chapters.
Oh, like those I Survived books?
Yeah, you know, like where they
Yeah, where
have
they,
the
like,
end-
made-
or like even a movie where it like shows
Yeah.
it and then goes back in time or whatever.
Yeah.
And starts with one.
I like those I Survived books because it gets you like in the action almost like in the first introduction deal.
Yeah.
And then it goes,
It all
two days
started.
earlier or something.
Yeah, like 4
days
days earlier.
earlier.
4 days earlier, yeah. Yeah. I like those I Survived books for that.
Or if it was structured kind of like maybe Fallout. I mean, it kind of was, I guess.
I
But
felt like
like the
they
Fallout
could make this
Oh,
better if they did
structure,
like
you know,
a TV
like-
show instead of a movie.
every once in a while flashback.
Yeah, I could. Yeah, TV
With,
shows,
like the
in my opinion.
entries.
I can't wait for the movie to come out, I'm not gonna lie.
For Fallout?
Me and Cam
No.
can both agree that if this came out in the TV show, I feel like it could be structured better just because of each like entry.
I don't think a TV show would do it.
Yeah,
I feel like it'd be pretty good.
I mean,
Yeah, it'd last like 2 episodes.
Yeah,
I mean, I could see it go for like
Unless they're
5
22
episodes.
minute
I mean,
episodes.
If each episode was like 20 minutes.
it's every episode's
That's
20
not
minutes.
usually how it is
I
for
think
shows
you
like
could.
that.
No, like it's like 40 minutes.
I think you could if maybe they weren't like in their houses with limited stuff and in a volcano situation. If it was like, I don't know, let's say they're in the middle of woods with big feet, so like every episode they're just trying to like fight off big feet or something. But I feel like it get really boring.
And on top of that, I mean, most books you see turned into like shows or movies are generally going to be movies, and that.
I mean, look at DayZ though. I think it would have been better if I was in show format because movie
Yeah.
DayZ's a video game though.
Yeah, bro.
What?
It's a game.
or not DayZ,
World War Z is
Yeah,
what I
Yeah,
was
same
talking
thing.
about. You just said it
World
wrong.
War Z.
Like the Walking Dead.
I still think it would have been way better if it was put in, show
Yeah,
format.
well, they butchered that movie.
Yeah, they butchered that movie.
That's why it would have been better. in the
Here's
show.
what I think.
I don't. Nah, maybe.
I mean, they should do it kind of like it should be just simple, where they just follow the main character like a World War Z, but not botching like the whole plot line. Like the only good parts of World War Z.
I mean, yeah, the problem with World War Z was they just included only the good parts. They didn't really. I guess they only included the good parts.
Hollywood took over and added
Yeah,
a
Hollywood
little
took
crap
over.
into it. Made Brad Pitt the center of the movie.
Okay, we're just being weird smelling his boot.
There was a hole in it.
Gross.
Should we wrap up this?
Dog was
podcast?
deep sniffing the boot. I'm keeping this in, by the way.
Should we wrap this up then?
I think.
I mean,
Well, how do we title this to our side of our rating?
or what?
How do we?
The
Personalized
unique
already.
style. How many big feet do you rate it out of
Okay, you're lame.
35?
I rated it 38 big
What's the
feet.
max big?
35.
35 big feet.
But 9 through 35 big feet.
Well, how many?
9 through 35 big feet. I'd put it.
Why do you say big feet?
What do you say, big feet? That's a good question.
You literate.
That's
I'm saying
Big
literally
feet
what
is already plural.
I know, but it's more.
Big
fun
feet
to
is already
say.
plural.
What is
Ray.
plural for big feet?
Big feet. Big foot.
Big foot is big feet.
Singular. Big feet is plural.
So it's a pack of big
Start
feet.
arguing.
Yeah.
I think we should have Miss Miller listen to us have a huge
Argument
argument.
of other what's plural for
Yeah.
Bigfoot, big feet, or big feet.
That'd be very.
All right,
Bigfoot's-
let's start another argument. I think Chick-fil-A is pretty okay.
Okay.
Oh,
I'd
right.
agree with that on that.
I think we're getting.
We're
out of
reaching
hand.
29 minutes, and the max recording time is 30 minutes.
All
All right, guys. I guess that's
that's
it.
crazy. That's
I
great.
mean, I think out of big feet, if we are gonna rate like that, I'd probably put it.
Just say the number. Don't explain.
25.
I'm going 20,
29,
20,
60.
20, 30, 31 big feet.
30 big feet.
What was the 35?
69.
Alrighty, so that's the end of our podcast. And yeah, thanks for watching. See ya.